Keeping our students safe at school is a priority for districts across the nation. We'll talk to Bill Good, Chief Operations Officer for Des Moines Public Schools, about the steps DMPS has taken and future plans to improve security in our schools, next on Classroom Connections. Hi, and welcome to Classroom Connections, a public affairs discussion on issues important to students, teachers, and parents in the Des Moines Public Schools. I'm your host, Sarah Taylor. Following the tragic shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut, school districts across the country are taking a look at their security measures and emergency response plans to make sure students have the safest possible learning environment at school. Bill Good, Chief Operations Officer, is joining me today to talk about how school security has been improved over the past few years and what additional improvements could be made in the future. Thank you for joining me, Bill.
Well, thank you, Sarah. That's a very timely discussion.
Yes. Each year, several of our schools undergo renovations. What security improvements are made during these renovations?
Well, I guess to start off with, Sarah, our school buildings were built originally to be very accessible. We have 69 buildings, and the average age of our schools is 63 years. And so the timeliness, things are different now than they were 60-some years ago.
Sure.
And we need to adjust to that. So we do have an added focus on safety, and for the past 5 years, much more concentrated one that is involving our implementing security measures into our schools.
Okay. So what are some of those things that have taken place over the past 5 years in our school buildings and on school buses, as well as school grounds?
Yes, the main improvements have been security cameras, classroom intruder locks, access systems, and very specifically creating more secure front entrances to our schools.
Okay.
Again, with our unique buildings, everything's a little different. Every building is treated different, and we have to adapt security to their individual uniquenesses. Mm-hmm. And again, every year we do incorporate security and safety measures into our projects, and this really started 5 years ago with our Facilities Advisory Committee, who created priorities for the expenditures of our statewide penny dollars. Their number one priority was safety and security. Okay. So that really established how we were to plan and facilitate our projects. Mm-hmm. That's a community-based committee that have been very integral in how we plan and implement our projects. Just to mention a few of the security items that or security measures that we're doing now, and very specifically in the 5 years we've enhanced, is we have 100% of our staff have ID badges. Okay. And that's what these are, and they if someone comes into a school building that does not have an ID badge, our staff will challenge those people and ask them why they're there. And again, there's always a good reason why someone would be in the building. But this is an added recognition. Also, if someone doesn't recognize someone, even with an ID badge, part of our preparedness plan is to find out who they are and if they can help them and direct them and that type of thing. We've added, just in the last 5 years, 320 security cameras. That brings our total in our district to 468, which monitor our school buildings 24/7. Okay. We've added in this same period of time, we've added 153 card access systems, which again are generated and are with these security badges. We want to secure our exterior doors. Really, there should be only one access point where people can be greeted and identified, and that type of thing. Developing secure front entrances or main entrances to schools. We've really enhanced that significantly through our renovations, and very specifically in the last 5 years. Just to this summer, we'll be adding 6 more to our schools. Classroom intruder locks is something that we add as part of our renovations, and this gives the teacher the ability to lock the classroom door from the inside should that be deemed necessary. And one other thing that oftentimes people don't think about is mobile classrooms. And in the last 5 years, well, 5 years ago, we had 34 temporary buildings or classrooms. And of course, a student would have to leave the safety of their main building and walk back and forth between these mobile classrooms. And they were added for good reasons, space issues, space needs, that type of thing. But in 2008, we had 34 of those, and currently we have 8 that we use. And again, we can't solve all of our problems at one time, but we're making some great strides in that regard.
Yeah. So tell me what the DMPS security team does to provide safety to all of our students.
Yes, the Des Moines School District is kind of unique in Iowa, where we do have our own security team, as you mentioned, and they do monitor our fire, our alarm systems, our security systems, and they're a 24/7 operation. They also have vehicles, and on a schedulized basis will check in on our buildings, both on a scheduled and non-scheduled basis to make sure that things are as they should be. They're also very helpful in answering questions and assisting buildings with audits, security audits, and helping building administrators and staff solve security issues.
Okay.
But we're also very fortunate to have a great relationship with our Des Moines Police Department.
Sure.
And they not only assist us by advising and providing assistance and some very direct support, but we've also been able to collaboratively work with them on applying for some grants. And we've been very successful, and these grants have brought some additional security related equipment to our schools.
Okay, wonderful. So each building has their own emergency plan. Are those reviewed on an annual basis, or will there be a district-wide review?
Well, each of our schools, well, 5 years ago, each school, we developed a unique emergency preparedness plan for, and so each building has a plan, and it's something that sometimes plans can get put on a shelf sometimes, but these are plans that our building administrators are required to pull out and evaluate every year. And they're as part of the plan, it's they're to talk with their staff and make sure that everyone in their building understands the components of their individualized security plan. Actually, just recently, in the last couple weeks, the city, all of the district-wide principals came together and talked about security and security measures and preparedness plans. So security really isn't an annual review or concern, it's an ongoing, yes. So every year we're enhancing our security, and every year we need to talk about it. So, you know, our staff takes emergency preparedness and safety and security very seriously, and we get a lot of good input and focus on this issue.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, and thank you.
And thank you for joining us. Don't forget, this and all other Classroom Connections episodes are available on our website. For Classroom Connections, I'm Sarah Taylor. Thanks for watching.